now it's time for more triggered tantrums. And Kai, we're going to do yours first.
Well, a right-wing tweeter, a prolific tweeter, this week put this tweet up. I walk around my home filled with Deliveroo drivers speaking in foreign tongue. God, Darren Grimes, this is you. Mm-hmm. I'm quite worried about your flat share arrangements.
I don't live with anyone. And
but your home is apparently full of Deliveroo drivers.
My home, the northeast of England, not my actual home.
Yeah.
A high street populated by foreign beggars. How can you tell foreign or
because
not?
they're not speaking English. That's a pretty big thing.
I think the left have tried to take this out of context, knowing all too
well
what Darren's actually saying.
What a sucker. Sucker.
No, come on. Even the audience reading that tweet would go, I know what Darren's trying to say. Even if he didn't say hometown, everyone knows what they mean by home.
But it's quite thing. Come on, it's quite gangs of delivery drivers and they're never speaking English.
No, of course not.
Never.
I mean, I think even Deliveroo have now accepted that, and they've fired some of them, haven't they?
Yeah.
But I wonder how many. They couldn't fire them all because they wouldn't have a
Uber
business.
Eats have sent people out to me before where they haven't been who it says it is in the photo. As in totally different sex.
I've had a woman on my app and then a man show up.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's what happens. They scan the face at the start of the day, which is what Deliveroo say they do, and then they hand the phone over. Simple, easy.
Darren, I hope you managed to move out of somewhere with a bunch of Deliveroo drivers in your lounge.
Well, the whole country, thanks to Labour and Tory policies, the whole country is enveloped in the new age of mass migration. So
Kai's going to move to Wethersfield.
And illegal.
He's going to buy one of those houses right next to the RAF base.
I've got this, which I can't remember what it is, but let's have a look.
Utterly vile, that man. I've been thinking this for a while about Vance. He's utterly vile, and you really saw it today. And he basically said, have you ever said thank you? When are we going to get gratitude?
Have you said thank you once?
That triggers Trump to say, when are we going to get gratitude? I felt that Zelensky did look slightly on the edge. Hardly surprising. He's been a war leader for 3 years. He's been flying around the world. Vance also said, all you do are these propaganda tours. I always thought he was going to say free speech. You're not showing us the whole picture. If Trump was a serious person and a serious diplomat, the minute he sensed it going wrong, unless he wanted it to go wrong, he'd have said, OK, you've had your questions, you've had your pictures, we're now going to do the meeting, we'll speak to you later, that have gone and tried to resolve it. Instead of which, he went, you, another question. It was disgusting. Utterly
kept the whole
disgusting.
thing going.
Using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private network, is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment to cost you a lot of cash. This video's sponsor is Private Internet Access. They are the VPN to help keep you safe. Click the link in the description below to find out why over 30 million people have downloaded PIA to protect themselves online. A virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and helps keep your data private. When you're browsing the internet at home, you give up a large amount of data to businesses, to shops, and indeed to social media giants too. Hackers have the ability to steal your personal data with ease, including sensitive information such as passwords, keystrokes, and even your personal photos. Private Internet Access helps protect your personal data by encrypting your internet connection to keep your data out of the hands of cyber criminals. And it's not just hackers either to be concerned about. Information can be censored too. When Canada passed their C-18 bill, social media giants decided to ban news content on their platforms. But PIA can protect your ability to consume the news and content you love. Private Internet Access is available for Windows users, Mac OS, Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one PIA subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices. And we've got a huge GBNews discount for you too. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get a massive 83% off PIA. That's under £2 a month, the price of a coffee, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free on top. Also, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee too. Visit piavpn.com/GBnews to start protecting yourself digitally today.
You know, to that I say, do you know what's disgusting? J.D. Vance is a decorated war veteran who served in the Iraq War, and then you think, well, hang on, what was Alistair doing during that period? Well, he was force-feeding us a diet of propaganda and responsible for, I would argue, a complete waste of life.
Yes, Alistair Campbell, the famous peacemaker, the diplomat, who had a very different experience of that war to J.D. Vance.
Yes, I mean, you must be delighted with those statements.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't like either these sort of pontificating pastors who just chat rubbish for days and days on end on their podcast.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm not trading on my past without something to hope for in the future.
Who's talking rubbish? Alistair Campbell?
Yes.
Oh.
And actually, they're interesting bedfellows, aren't they? Rory Stewart and Alistair Campbell.
Well, they're both on the left. When you really think about it, I mean, Rory Stewart had this moment where he realised he was on the left the other week. Do you remember that?
They're both also incredibly wrong when they make predictions.
So.
Rory said
That's the primary thing they have in common.
On the left now, he says.
So
you
am I.
always have been, Rory.
I am incredibly wrong when I make predictions.
Belgravia. That's what he is.
Well, you are going to be wrong over the Senate, because Reform are going to take it.
We have that bet.
We
have
do.
that bet. Yeah.
I don't know who listens to that podcast. I really don't. Like, I don't understand why.
Centrist
anybody,
Kai. People like Kai.
Yeah, well.
I don't listen to podcasts.
No.
And I wouldn't listen to that either.
It shows. No, I'm kidding. I'm just
Do you
joking.
read?
Wham. No, I don't.
He's reading
do that.
Callum's book.
Yeah. Have you bought a copy?
He's waiting for his copy.
He's downloading it because it's communism.
For free?
You know? Get it for free.
I will actually read it. It'll be the one book this year that I read.
It's a good read. I've done it.
Oh, well. OK.
Well, there we go.
Don't you have an announcement to make?
In a second,
minute?
yes,
Oh,
in a
okay.
second. I do have an announcement to make. And, well, let's get to it, shall we? I think we probably should. This is it, my friends. This is my final Saturday 5 show on GBNews. It's been an absolute joy to see this show, the Saturday 5, go from strength to strength, especially as I helped launch it 2 years ago. I think it's unique in the British broadcasting market, and I know it'll continue to be a great success with these amazing guys here each week. And it's a really bittersweet moment because while I'm excited for what's next, I also want to take a moment to acknowledge what this platform, and more importantly, what you, our brilliant viewers, have meant to me personally. Over the last few years, I've had the privilege of speaking directly to so many of you, saying the things that far too many in the media are far too afraid to actually say. I feel we've tackled the issues head on, we've laughed at the absurdities of modern Britain, and we've stood firm.
Don't do it. Stop it.
In the absurdities of modern Britain, and a belief that common sense still matters. And it's been an honour. And I want to express my deep gratitude to this production team, the panel, and my colleagues, and above all, to you at home.
Do you want me to
Come
read
on,
it?
you can do it. You can do. No, he can do this.
The people that have tuned in, engaged, and made this journey totally worthwhile. I'm off to pursue personal projects, but the fight for free speech, for common sense, and for truth, it goes on and it must. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching, for supporting, and for standing up for values that matter. This show, of course, goes on. And it's been left in the custodianship of the man you all know by now has been addicted to it. Alex Armstrong. He's finally got what he wanted, lads.
All those jokes just look so sinister now.
I'm out. We got rid of us.
Oh, we're going to miss
so
you
much.
so much.
I know, I'll miss you too.
Darren has been a bastion of free speech, not just on this channel, but on every airwave you can possibly imagine. To follow in his footsteps, everyone on this panel actually is going to be incredibly hard, but Darren is going to go and smash it. We know that, and we're all going to be
And we're going to support you. We'll be there.
You're
And maybe
gonna
even
get
come
it.
back and panel with us.
All right, next up, it's someone called Ben Leo.
Who's that?
Tonight.
Never heard of him.
Thank you very much for watching.
Darren,
I appreciate it.